Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Take my first sip of coffee. Oh, delicious. Everyone's doing well. We are here. As you can see, my camera is not set its focus yet. But we are here. We're going to chop up Blugger. What do I need? I need to sit down at my desk. That would help. And set this focus. Turn my lights on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So yeah, I already primed him. But I was like, I saw Pole Skate's video and I was like, you know what? I want to chop my Blugger up. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be a little interesting because this is a very pretty model. But I want to do it, so we're going to do it. And as to not mess with the paint that's already on the model, I'm going to wear gloves. That way I only have to reprime the areas that I chop up. Probably should get my stream in front of my face so I can actually read chat. That would help. Hope everyone had a wonderful week. Happy Saturday. We are here. We are chilling, painting. Go there, there. All right, chat is up. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, John. You have any cool plans for the weekend? I know after I finish my stream today, I have to go clean my garage. Because that's the kind of adult life I have to be today. We can pull him off the base. You'll sit there very pretty. First off, I know the head's not glued in super well, so we're just gonna break his neck and not lose that piece. That'd be great. So head's there. How do we want to go about this? The arms are in spot. I'm very happy with how the arms are. So I think we're gonna start with, where's my saw? Because I'm not cool and I don't own a Dremel. I own an old-fashioned saw to do my conversion work. An old jeweler saw I've had for eons. Probably gonna start by cutting off this crick's body. And one thing I do that's interesting is I put water on the resin. Okay, well, that blade broke. Nice. That blade had been used for a while anyway, so I guess it was about time. But yeah, that's the fun part about these jeweler saws, is they just break sometimes. This one was a little old. Alright, let me get another one out. Where is the blades for it? You get to hear me rummage. How exciting, isn't it? There they are. Yeah, this thing came with like a bajillion blades when I bought it. I still have plenty of them. All right, I just need one blade, not four. Not the hacksaw. After this, you should make a diorama. He slots into just tearing through a horde of old mechanothralls. He is going to be cutting up some cricks. That is like the plan for today, is he will be cutting up cricks. I do not have the cricks model he will be cutting up, though. That is being given to me this weekend. My buddy has an extra Grendel that I'll be using as the body. But yes, I have a hacksaw, basically. It's meant for jewelry. It's okay. But yes, back to what I was saying before my blade broke. I put water on the model, so when I cut, it doesn't get as much dust. And that way it's not as bad. And this is resin, so if you cut with resin and you're not aware of what you are doing with the materials, please be careful. It is toxic if you breathe it in. You see it's getting a little dry now, so we add a little bit more water. And it kind of clumps up when it's wet, which is kind of like the best part, so it doesn't get super aerosolized. Love me some Plugger, but can't wait for Beaker. Beaker is going to be awesome. I'm very excited for him as well. There we go. There's part of the Crix Jack gone. This is where I do wish I had just like cutting resin. Yeah, it's not fun at all. And this part we might have to like manually chop apart. I'm trying not to get pieces that fly around the room. Yeah, I don't like whenever I pin my resin too, I have a Dremel, I put a little dot of like water and it just, all the resin dust goes into the water. Is this the safest? I'm not a scientist. I don't know. So take what I do with a grain of salt. A grain of resin, maybe? All right, so you're not liking this piece. I get it. This is just a solid chunk of resin. I get it. A lot of work for you. But I've used this thing to cut through a metal model. Make sure my line's good. Yeah, on my Moraine conversion, I cut through a solid chunk of pewter. It took like 4 blades, but I did it. All right, we're getting a little dusty now. We get some more water in there. Got my room all ready for Captain Con? Heck yeah, dude. That is awesome. I am probably gonna, Captain Con's in January again, I think. I'm definitely gonna be planning to go again. I think the way my year is gonna work out, the 2025 cons are gonna be easier to go to for me, or 2026 cons. We're getting there. Ah, nice. I was like, oh, we're gotta be almost done. Nice. Excuse the goo on the desk. I swear it's not what it is. It's not what you think. You watched me make the mess. Alrighty. Cool. Now I guess we just go in with our handy dandy cutters and chip away at the rest. Plus not that now that LVO's in October. Yeah, that's interesting. That flew across my room. I'm like closing my eyes as I'm doing this. I have a towel back here I can put this into. Okay. I wonder if I cut this in slow motion, I could pull this in slow motion later. Yeah, LVO being October is definitely an interesting thing. I wonder what the reasoning for was. Maybe there is a reason. It's probably convention center just couldn't have them. I need that. But it'll be interesting to see how that affects attendance. I'm sure it won't. LVO is huge. All right, so how do we... I guess we just start boring this out. I do have a Dremel, but it's a very small Dremel. It's like a little baby Dremel. I don't know if I'll be able to go to LVO this year. I would like to, but that is asking a lot for my travel this year. I know my list right now is 100% Nova, as long as like work doesn't heck me. Nova for sure right now. And then lock and load is a maybe because of how work is. Sussy Scuff. It was to adhere to their 40K schedule. Oh, well, I hope it doesn't affect War Machine too much and like other events. This is very... I might need to put the mask on for this. So it might be hard to keep the water here. Ow. Okay. All right. It just ripped into my glove. All right. That didn't actually hurt. That was just like a knee-jerk reaction to that. Let me get a brush and actually wipe some of this away. See what I got left to cut out. As long as we get most of this out, it's gonna be fine for what we're doing. I really just need to get the majority of these feet free. Level 2. Level 1's not powerful enough. Hopefully you guys can see kind of what's going on and the music's not too loud or too soft. That is a good idea. Yeah, go ahead and get your captain. We got to get a game in, Brian. We might have played online like War Table, but I don't know if we played in person yet. Now that John's gonna be there, I gotta practice so John doesn't just beat my cheeks in. Let's use our little handy dandy cutters to cut some of this away now. All right, not much left. Look, I'm old too, man. And it's okay to not be good. I've learned I'm pretty terrible at this game, and that's okay because I like hobbying a ton right now. And that's what I've been enjoying. I've been enjoying the hobby a lot more than the game lately. The game's still fun, but like doing what I'm doing right now is a lot of fun for me. I think I need to put you in like a water bath just so I can see the detail that's left. All right, that's enough for today. Like of cutting off of what I have, what I need. You see, we got most of the foot free. There's still a little bit underneath it. It's not going to be perfect. But nor does it need to be perfect in this case. Because the point is the model is going to be looking down. Next is going to be cutting this other leg free without totally just butchering the whole model. And that's where this is going to get interesting. Because I want to bring this leg up to his chest and have him like landing downwards. Because he's like coming down onto a Crick's Jack. Problem is he's got so much fun detail back here. But I have to like cut around. I think we just go for it. This one's gonna take a little bit of this one's gonna take some finesse. Oh boy. Oh man, I'm nervous. How much more do I have to get through? Okay. Water in there. Okay, his legs free. Oh, I gotta cut his toes. Dang it. Didn't think about that. That's okay. Alright, so there's his leg free. This is what it looks like. Alright, now I gotta cut his toe off to repose it, depending on where it needs to be cut. Looks like it hinges on that. I can cut there and then bend it inwards. Should be okay. This is a mess. I guess that's the beauty of converting. Almost. Come on. There it goes. Alrighty. I think for this, we need to cut this back piece off. And then we're almost going to make like a hinge. We're going to cut a little bit in the middle out, and it sits into that piece. Oh God, I can't watch. You monster. I know, but like, oh, this is gonna, I think I already like it. Plugger is soaking wet right now, let me tell you. Yeah, he is. Need to cut away more of his face. Might need to pin some of that. Because I want Plugger looking downwards like that. Because he'll be landing like this. And then this leg is going to be like this. And he's going to be posed like that. And he's going to be coming, like on the base, he's going to be coming like this. Cool. Let me get my... I'm gonna go get a towel, and I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a towel and a spot to place Plugger on to dry a little bit. Because he is, yeah, be right back. All right, I'm back. Got the towel. Let's pick up the pieces of the boy. Move the tools out of the way. Old base. Move my hacksaw out of the way, as John put it. All right. There we go. Now let's see if we can lay out our parts now. You know it's getting serious when you have to put down a towel. I tell you. All right, so we need paper clips. That's what we need now. So we're gonna start pinning. You guys can see how I pin with this drill. Just Dremel. There's a little bit. Come on. Yeah, I don't know which Dremel this is. I know this one's been perfect for me. You just charge it like a phone, and you are good to go. All right, so we want to be kind of like that. We'll gap fill that probably. Well, here's the problem. I already have. Get that started. Get this one started. Then you hit them with one of these. A little bit of wooter. And it all kind of just clumps up. Yeah. This does make gluing very hard, so you kind of have to do it in 2 days. You have to let like all the water dry and stuff. Or I might hit it with my air compressor so like the spot is dry. This is very hard to drill out because of the angles. I'm gonna have to like bore a hole into plugger. Cool. Let's get some paper clip. Let's see how deep these are. Oh. Perfect. These are perfect. Don't need that long of a paper clip. I'm just using this to dry the area. That way we can get a super glue to one of the pins there. Because what's gonna happen is I was too late. We've done the scary part now. We can only go up from here, Connor. Just think about it that way. I've done the hard part. You didn't have to witness it. You can look back at it if you want. But the hard part's done. I've done the scary part already, man. Don't you worry. Where's my super glue? There it is. All right, let's get this pin in there. All right, that's one down. I can wait on the rest. Now we can go into Plugger's head, at least for a little bit, and try to figure out the angle. Because we want him coming down kind of like this. Right, from your point of view, we want him coming down the ground so you can see. We want him coming down like this. Excuse me. He's gonna be coming down this way. If that's true, let's get the base to stand up there. Now let's get the head piece. I'm gonna kind of use my camera because I can't see to use this. You need to have it tilted like that. We're gonna have to cut his neck off. Probably will have to gap fill some of that stuff in the back. That'll be okay, I think. I might have to pin his head though, just so it's not like wibbly wobbly. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Oh! I've taken the head off my boy. Now I have to make sure it's centered on this mass. It looks like this hill is a little to the right, so we're gonna go there. All right. Let's get Plugger's head drilled in. My back attached. We can let that dry. That piece right there. Clean up this base. Just wait till we do the base. We have to, well, at least on the base, you'll feel better, Connor, when I'm done with chopping up Plugger, because I also have to chop up a Crix jack to have it be on the base to land on. You're dry enough now. I don't need that much, apparently. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna go there with that. Okay, cool. We do need green stuff, though. Oh, yes, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's my enemy. that much. These cutters are not that good. I'm more so bending the... There we go. Yeah, these are like the cheapest hobby cutters I could find on Amazon. All right. We've done... There. There we go. There's his head in. We're gonna need some gap filling though. What we get when we have two different pluggers, two different plugger poses. All right, so you can come out. We're gonna need some green stuff for in there. Green stuff for that. We can figure out this toe piece now. It goes like this. So it was like this. I could probably zoom in for y'all. Yeah, there we go. So this piece was like this, sort of, as you can see, pre-cut. But it needed to be like this landing. I'm gonna zoom out. Yeah. There we go. Where's my X-Acto knife? This might actually come in handy. Where it go? Where go? Oh, there it is. We got. So right now, those little like rounded parts right here is what I'm like I'm gonna round, I'm smoothing them a little bit. So when I repin this thing, I can have them aimed more downwards because it's like that piece is twisted downwards as we sculpt this out. I'm gonna need my hacksaw again. Sorry, Connor, don't look. Don't look, Connor. Don't look, my boy. This is a very tiny piece. I'm just giving him a pedicure. Think about it that way. No, I'm giving him a pedicure. He always wanted this. All right, we're done. We're done. Procedure's done. As I cut out his toe. We have to, it's like a dent, it's like a cavity. We've got to like make some room now for the cavity so we can fill it in. Almost there. Should I trim some of this stuff away on this foot? Because the goal is for me not have to sculpt minimal amounts, because I'm probably gonna mess it up. So I'm no expert. But you don't learn if you don't do it. All right. I have green stuff. I sure do. I just need to make sure I get this pose proper. I want that like that. This is tricky. It was like this before, like way back there. We're not doing that. We're bringing it way up here. Because Allison Jakes just cast feeded and cast acrobatics, and this thing, Plugger is jumping through the back lines to kill the cricks. So we don't lose any toes. We can pin the foot now, the toe now, I think. Which is the last pin we have to do until we get, I gotta get rid of the store today and buy some brass rod. So I can, like actually get this pinned in the air. I'm happy with that. Right there. What do I not like? Wooter. Let's cut off some of these bendy bits of the paper clip. Try my hands a little bit. How much should I drill into this? Come on. There. And there. Yeah, that's a good angle, I think. You don't need that much paperclip though. now that we have that pinned in there, you can start to see this whole thing come together now. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. With some sculpting by yours truly, this won't look half bad, I don't think. In the end, we'll see how bad I can get it. I think I actually need a longer paper clip. I got cut off too much. Alright, now if I put your head in there, how hard is that going to be to... get in there and sculpt? It won't be too bad. Looking good so far. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, probably dry fit him, roughly. Alright, ignore his toe that's super far out there. But then that is what's coming down to land on you. Yeah, whoever this is landing on they're dead. They're widowy so dead. Alright, so let's get... get the head glued in. I can pack some green stuff down there. In a second. Hey buddy, looking good so far. No, you're looking good, Alec. Good morning, man. How are you? I've been just chopping up Plugger all morning so far. All right. You're gonna need to take him to a bath. He's gonna need a bath. Or once it all dries, I can just hit him with an airbrush and get all the resin dust off. Alright, that's that off. Let's get this toe in here. Looks like I need to drill a second hole. A little lower. Or, you know, if I could actually, like, center this would be great. hole was way larger than it needs to be, but I need to do that so I can actually like sit in the position I want. That way I can make sure it's like centered properly. Some of this. Yeah, and then we can sculpt that from there. All right, cool. Now we can glue the foot in. Put some glue. These points over here. There we go. What's in? Letting that dry now. Close our super glue so it doesn't dry. And then we can start carving away at some of this while we wait. Some of this is still leftover Crick's Jack. Oh, I might be able to clear out the middle. That'd be sweet. Hey, guys, never do what I'm doing and cut towards you. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. All right. I know Alex got to be like, I cut toward me in the army all the time. Like, yeah, I know, bud. Just because they taught you how to read with crayons doesn't mean you should listen. All right. Dude, this thing looks sweet already. The camera's not doing this justice at all. Just so his leg never moves, we're gonna mix up JB Weld. So, and that'll help fill some of the gap anyway. For any of you who do not use JB Weld in your modeling tool, is not in your modeling toolkit, I do recommend it. It is pretty sweet. And whatever model you use that has the JB Weld on it, let me tell you, it won't move ever again. Which is good and bad, good and bad. Pros and cons, pros and cons. Need something to mix on though. And we'll mix on this, I don't need this. JB Weld is a 2-part metal resin epoxy that the first time I learned it, I could not get a metal def thread to glue down to a base. It would never stay to its base, ever. Ever, 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 ever. And my wise old father, always listen to your pop-ups, unless they're a piece of shit, then obviously don't. My wise old pop-up was like, I know an idea. Let's go to Walmart. I was like, okay, cool. He goes to Walmart, he buys this thing. And I was like, what's this? He's like, they use this to fix tractors. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, this fixed a tractor. Like a whole engine block on a tractor. So we go and we like, no joke, slather the base in JB Weld and we attach the model to it. And let me tell you, he's still on that base today. I still own that model. It's definitely a permanent solution. So one thing I like to do with this is, since there's part of it that's going to have contact with the model, like the back of his leg, I like to put super glue there and the JB Weld on the joint, so that way I can let go of the model and do other things, and then the JB Weld will cure in 24 hours. And so like what I can do now is I have this little like putty scooper from Citadel. I think they use it for texture paints, but I can take some of this and lay it in there very carefully, as I'm not being very careful with it. Okay, too much. All right, yeah, that's coming off for a second. So I got some on part of the model I don't want it on. And then I saw my contact point in the back, so I can do this. Now we know where it's contacting the model. We can load this up and use that as our gap fill for now. And we'll go back in with some green stuff later once this is cured fully. And then for right now, I can kind of go in there. This is kind of too big of a brush, of a tool. I have this little sculpting tool, and I can go in there and like smooth it out a little bit and take away some of that excess. If I need to, I can put some in, because there's a little gap on the bottom. And that is that. He's done. Let's get him focused on the camera. go. Now y'all can see him in his glory. And then you gotta imagine the base right here. Probably have him right here. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with that. And while I have some of this JB Weld out, I can actually make sure that head never comes off too. And get to move it toward the edge of this thing. There's that. I'm gonna pack that in there, so that way that head never comes off either. We're gonna need to gap fill some of that in the head back there, but that is quite all right. Cool. Nice. I am happy with that. And that's what matters. Lesson of the day that I've said before. As long as you are happy with it, that's all that matters. Is this going to win competitions? Heck no. Am I going to win competitions? Heck no. I'm terrible at this. All right, let's do a little bit of cleanup before we move on to the next step. There. Clean this off. There. Don't need this paper clip. Get some extra cricksy bits. That'll be cool. I still have the bottom of the crick space. Longer. So I need this. And now I need that to dry and that to dry. Maybe we should do a short stream today. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I need everything to kind of fully set before I start. I could green stuff there. If I green stuff, I want to do all of it at once. Because I'm going to have so much extra. Because whenever you work with green stuff, you always have extra. The real question is, how am I going to... Oh, you know what I can do actually? Because I can try to sculpt this sword back to full length. I can put a paperclip in the sword while I have all those tools out, and that way I can try to sculpt the sword back to its full length. Repair the lad. Okay, here we go. So all I did was I just took a paperclip and drilled into the sword. So that way when I sculpt, I have something to work off of. Where'd that go? All right. Put a little super glue in there. There's already a little bit of JB Weld on it, so this should hold really well. This is another reason we use gloves, because JB Weld is not like, it's not that it doesn't like your fingers, it's just not fun to work with on your hands. So yeah, now that we, okay, I dropped plugger, where'd he go? All right, okay. All right. That was terrifying, but nothing broke. We're all here. We're all good. But I cut up the sword, so like when I try to sculpt the rest of this piece out, I have a piece to sculpt onto. Yeah, you know what? I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, that looks sweet. Looking sweet. Need to figure out how I'm going to attach him to the base, though. Probably a pin back here that comes out like that. For now, you just gotta lay on your face. Like a good boy you are, Plugger. You're such a good boy. Extra parts. I don't need that right now. Now we can put away the Dremel for realsies this time. What do I work on in the meantime? Let's close this up. Oh, that's a mess. Yep, okay. I'm gonna need to vacuum today. That's all I'm hearing. Which is fine. We tend to use our Saturdays for cleaning the house anyway. Cool. All right. That's that. Well, I don't have much to work on. I finished Chum already. So if I didn't finish Chum, I could paint him for y'all. You need to be emptied out now. Don't really want to work on them right now. Yeah, I am gonna have to call it here because there's not much else to do. Sorry for the short stream, but thank you all for tuning in so much. I appreciate y'all. We got Plugger. Let me put my saw away so that's not my outro. This isn't a threat. I love you guys. Yeah. Let me get my other repose plugger so we can compare the leg position. Here's my other plugger that I did. I did a slight repose with just the hand and the head. And then here's the other one. Let me zoom out a little bit. Wrong way. There we go. Get these focused. There we go. Yeah, you see the two. This is them on the ground level. His back leg is like way forward. Toes readjusted. Yeah. He looks sweet. I'm very excited about this. This looks cool. I will have to catch y'all in the next one. We will be back not next Saturday, because next Saturday is Bokor Brawl. That's gonna be an awesome event. should have some content from that. I'm hoping to live stream it. We'll see how the internet is there. We'll see how that goes, obviously, because that's not up to me. I will be recording games for sure. And then the Saturday after that will be a stream. So we're going to go back to basically every other Saturday for streaming for sure. Thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate all of you for stopping in and watching me as I committed the crime that was cutting up Plugger. Sorry, Connor, that you had to witness this, but I hope it is worth it to you. So, see y'all later. Bye-bye.